Well, looks like I don't have to skip this challenge quest after all. I was afraid I was going to have to because I didn't really have the proper build. I mean, Warrior of Light has the LD, Firion's LD refuses to show up, and my Exdeath and Gilgamesh were disgraceful until now. I actually went about this trying it with a... because my Gilgamesh was built slightly more than my Exdeath, which was basically nothing. Dude has the 35. I don't even remember what his level was, but it was something pathetic. Like, I just want to see how far I get. And I got him to about 20% health, but I hit the 90 turn mark, and I'm like, you know what? If I just had another EX in the mix, I could do it, because I've given up on the Firion LD. That's not showing up, so I needed a third. Like, you know what? I'll throw a couple tickets at this banner, and I'm sure I can get either the Exdeath or Gilgamesh EX, and I'll go for it. Within a couple tickets, I get the Exdeath LD. I'm like, oh, okay, change of plans. I still need this EX though. A couple more tickets. Another Exdeath LD. Okay, what's happening? And then I finally got Exdeath's EX. So, which actually, I say finally, it was within like 20-something tickets. I got all that, which is great. So, unexpectedly, I have a maxed out Exdeath, which is pretty cool. And I do have to confess, Exdeath is a character when he first debuted that I did not give enough credit. I foolishly thought he was not so great because I feel so dumb even admitting this, but the second I saw he doesn't break his targets, I was closed-minded and I was turned off. I was like, no, I gotta break my targets, I gotta push him back, that's how I do things, end of story. And Dystopia's very own Raz maxed out Exdeath just to prove me wrong, and he kind of wanted to. Also, let's be honest, Exdeath is a favorite of his, he wanted to do it anyway, but I guess I was the push. My ignorant Exdeath comments were the push for Raz to do it, and I'm glad he did for his own sake and for mine, because he proved me wrong, and I have no shame in admitting that, because Exdeath is solid. I mean, he's not typically my playstyle, I guess, but he's so unique and he's so much fun. I really like him. When it comes to enemy brave, Exdeath just laughs. He just eats all of it. He doesn't care. Like, who cares? And just because he's not breaking targets doesn't mean he should be, you know, dismissed like I did in the past. Absolutely not. Exdeath is solid. And dude just got a burst on the Japanese version. I couldn't tell you anything about what it does, but now I feel like I gotta chase it just because I have the dude maxed in every other way. And by maxed, I just mean the weapons. This I keep saying Gilgamesh. I'm sorry, Exdeath. I don't mean to be so disrespectful, but my Exdeath has 0 artifacts, but it's fine. He's still capping damage with all this battery. He doesn't really need artifacts. Not for this, anyways. Because, yeah, the problem was I just wasn't doing the damage, but the Exdeath sap is getting the job done. So we're in a very good spot as far as hitting the turn count. Before, we were not so close, but now we're all good. What I'm particularly excited for is the boss rush tomorrow night. Awesome. Very excited for that. That's something I've been looking forward to. Teams in mind, I'm not entirely sure yet. I mean, as far as who I'm going to build, probably going to bring Vivi, probably bring Lightning, I'll bring Kursame. I want to pull for Dark Knight Cecil too, so I'll bring him and Cloud, and then maybe like Kais or something. My main concern would be the first part of it, because notice anything missing from any of those 6 characters I just mentioned? Yeah, healers. There aren't any. So that might be a little too ambitious. I don't know if that's even possible, but I'm going to try it out. And if I get cracked open, then I'll put like Root or Gladio in there or something. Should be fine. For the first wave. For the second team, once we get to once we get to the dragon, the Bahamut thing with the sword, you know, from the Exdeath Lost Chapter. Whose magic resists, by the way. People who didn't know, he resists magic. In fact, you know, it might be the whole boss rush that does it. I don't know if it's just that wave. I'd have to look into it, but I know that last wave resists magic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just kind of go in with an all-out launch delay setup. It's a single target, so we should be able to just bully it. He does revive himself though, so be careful. He revives and hits you when he comes back, so be wary of that. But back on Exdeath, Now that he's maxed, I think, yeah, I actually went back to his Lufenia and did it a more quote-unquote honest way with Exdeath there. You know, the strategy where you don't paralyze them and then delay them into infinity, you know how I originally beat this. Because I figure, okay, now that I have Exdeath, I have to go back and do it with Lufenia. Now that I have him after the fact, it's like a rule. You have to. So I did. I ran it with him, Warrior of Light, and Cloud, and it worked out well. So yeah, I think I'll upload that too, for a more honest approach. Honest approach. As if these things are being honest. These things are so cheap anyways. You should have no qualms about being cheap back to them. For real. Alright, Firion, do the honors. Double kill. Alright, cool. So that's all the challenge quests. Very happy I didn't have to skip this one. And the streak continues. Alright, thank you for watching.